In this video, we're going to talk about the real cost of moving overseas or moving internationally in 2025. Hi, this is Jim for SDC International Shipping, and if you're planning an international move in 2025, the chances are this is one of the most important questions that's entered your mind. How much is it really going to cost me? And you're not alone, of course. For most families, professionals, and retirees looking to move overseas, the cost of shipping household goods, that's one of the biggest unknowns and one of the biggest causes of stress. Online estimates widely vary. One site will say $2,000, another site will say $20,000, and most of them don't explain exactly why. And that's because there isn't such a thing as a one-size-fits-all answer. Every move is unique. The cost of moving overseas depends on where you're going, how much you're bringing, and how your move is handled. And unfortunately, many movers use vague pricing or leave out critical services that you're going to end up paying for on the back end. And that results in things like hidden fees and last-minute surprises. But at SDC International Shipping, we believe in doing things differently. We give you the facts, break down every line item, and help you build a cost-effective plan that works for your lifestyle, not just your budget. And so let's talk about some of these things, some of the factors that affect international moving costs in 2025. What actually affects the cost of an international move? The cost of moving overseas isn't just about distance. There's a lot of other variables that all work together to shape your final quote. For example, origin and destination. Shipping from Los Angeles to Spain costs less than shipping from, let's say, Minneapolis to New Zealand, because distance matters, as does port access, customs complexities, and local infrastructure. For example, major port cities like New York, Miami, and LA often have lower base freight rates. Also, remote inland pickup or remote inland delivery may require additional trucking fees. And certain countries, like Australia or the UK, have stricter customs regulations, which can also impact the costs. Next, we can look at the volume or weight of your shipment. The more you ship, the more it costs. That kind of makes sense on paper. Now, there are certain things you can do to mitigate costs, but quotes are usually based on cubic feet volume or for air freight weight. That's why it's important to take a real inventory and not just guess. Now, SDC International Shipping offers both full container load, also known as FCL, and groupage, shared container options if you're not filling a full container. Groupage shipping can save you quite a bit of money, for example. Then there's two different types of freight. There's sea freight or air freight. Ocean freight is the most affordable option for larger moves, but it takes longer. Air freight is faster, but in most cases is significantly more expensive and best for small, sensitive time shipments. Next, we have packing and crating. If your items aren't properly packed, they won't make it through international transport or customs, but not all movers include packing services in their base quote. At SDC International Shipping, our packing services include professional grade materials, custom crating for fragile items, and inventory creation for customs. Next comes customs clearance and fees. So some destinations charge import duties or VAT based on your shipment's declared value. Others allow duty-free entry for personal goods if you have the right documentation. So we handle the customs clearance for you and help you avoid any costly surprises on this end. Also, there is insurance and storage. Protecting your items in transit is critical. You'll want international moving insurance that covers damage, loss, or theft, especially for full household relocations. And if you need flexibility like storage at the origin or the destination while you settle into your new home, that's also available and something that you may consider adding on. So what do you expect when you're budgeting for an international move? What should you be thinking about? Well, first of all, your move is unique to you. And that's why you're not going to find a one-size-fits-all cost for moving overseas. Instead, the total investment depends on a few key factors that vary from one move to the next. So here's how to start thinking more strategically about your international relocation budget without guessing or relying on unrealistic online estimates or calculators. First is the shipment size. The more you bring, the more space you'll need in a shipping container. Moves range from a few personal items to entire multi-room homes, and volume plays a huge role in both transportation and labor costs. If you're not sure how much you're really moving, then we can help you calculate your shipment size based on a quick survey or walkthrough. Next is distance and destination. Shipping from Los Angeles to Mexico looks very different from shipping from New York to Australia. Some destinations are more accessible, while others require longer transit times, additional documentation, or inland transportation, each of which can affect or will affect the cost. The freight method we just talked about, you can choose between ocean freight, ideal for really big, large loads, or even partial home relocations. It's more affordable, but it is slower. And then air freight for a faster type of move where you want certain time-sensitive items at the destination as soon as possible, but it's priced by weight and volume, a little more expensive there. You can talk with an international relocation expert at SDC International Shipping, and they'll walk you through the pros and the cons based on your priorities. Next, do you need professional crating or packing or storage? And then finally, we talk about the delivery to your new home. Some movers give base quotes and leave out critical services, again, only to surprise you with fees later on. So at SDC, you can relax because you'll have a complete transparent plan that you can look item for item to know what's included from the beginning. Now, there's a lot of other things we can talk about, but for time's sake, let's talk a little bit about how you can save some money on an international move without cutting corners. Most people planning an overseas move are looking for ways, if possible, to cut some of their expenses without risking their belongings or their peace of mind. The good news is there are smart, strategic ways that you can lower your international moving costs. Number one, let's look at it right from the very beginning. You don't need to bring everything with you. You can start by decluttering, downsizing, or digitizing even certain things, because shipping fewer items reduces stress significantly, reduces the shipping volume, and reduces the cost. So if you need help, we have a team that can help you evaluate what's worth bringing and what might be cheaper to replace once you arrive. Using shared shipping containers, another big deal. If you're not filling a full container, why pay for it? Ask us about groupage consolidation. We combine your shipment with others heading to the same destination, so you only pay for the space that you use. It's one of the most effective ways to reduce international moving costs without compromising service or security. Next, plan ahead. Last-minute moves are always more expensive. The earlier you plan, the more flexible we can be with transit schedules, container shipping, and different delivery options. Advanced planning also gives you time to prepare accurate inventories, customs paperwork, which will save you time, money, and stress at the port. While packing items yourself may seem like a cost saver, it does unfortunately often lead to customs issues or denied insurance claims. With a professional packing service, you can ensure that your items are properly packed, secured, and documented, which helps avoid expensive surprises down the road. Also, you consider bundling services for better rates. At SDC, we offer complete door-to-door solutions, including packing, storing, shipping, insurance, customs handling, and delivery. Bundling these services often results in better pricing and fewer unexpected fees compared to managing everything separately. Finally, get a transparent quote. The cheapest quote isn't always the most affordable. If the mover leaves out a key service or forgets to mention destination fees, you're going to end up paying more later on. We encourage you to contact us, speak directly with an international relocation expert, and get direct answers to direct questions. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We publish new content regularly to help make your international move easier and more informed than ever before. Wherever you're going, SDC International Shipping is your trusted guide every step of the way. And finally, check out the video description for links to our website and Substack newsletter, where we dive in even deeper into global moving tips and real-world advice. Safe travels, and I will see you in the next video.